So this card is called Butterfly Wishes, and it's one of the simplest ones on the whole USB. Okay, so if you want to just a really quick, simple card, but really effective, this might be the one for you. So we've done it as a get well soon card, but of course you can use any sentiments because you don't have to use cutting files. You could use your stamps if you wanted to, or your dies. But then when you open this up, you've got this, what looks like a fast asleep butterfly. When you pull this tab, it pops up and it reveals underneath the sentiment. Look, isn't that cool? I love that, and it's the simplest mechanism ever. So this would be a great one because you can, don't forget, you can weld all your shapes as well on Scan and Cut, can't you? And most of them have a little perforation line in as well, or you put the lining on your scoreboard. But this is a really simple one. So let's get this done. So you cut your card. So step one is cut the card base and fold the score line as a valley fold. So we're going to fold our card in half, basically, like that. And just give that a proper crease. Right. Cut the butterfly pop-up and fold the top score line backwards and forwards. So on here you have these little tabs, and then you have one score line at the top and another score line underneath. So I'm going to fold the top one backwards and forwards. Doesn't matter whether it's forwards and backwards or backwards and forwards, but just fold on that score line, okay? Fold the side tabs on the butterfly pop-up. So fold them, I fold them in like that, fold them forward. And then you're going to feed this, the bottom of this tab, through the bigger slot on your card there. So you're going to feed it in like that, and those tabs are going to go right the way through. So the little side tabs are going to go right the way through. Then you're going to turn your card over and you're going to open out those tabs so that they're straight. You don't glue them, just open them out. So you can see on the back of the card now, you've got that little tab there, okay? And then the other score line folds forward. So I'm just gonna put that in position and then pull that other score line. Do it this way, it might be easier. Do it that way, fold that like that. Okay, so we've got a fold in there. And then from the back, I'm just going to do that again. I'm going to start at the beginning again because that looks a little bit complicated and it's really not. So let's just get that back through there. So let's have a look. So we've got our first score line going backwards and forwards. Fold the tabs in so they are in between the two horizontal lines on the butterfly pop-up. Open the card base and thread it through. Right, so we're going to fold that score line too. So we're going to take our butterfly, fold the top score line backwards and forwards, and then I would put a valley fold into your bottom one as well. Okay, so just fold both of the score lines. You're going to take the bottom of the tab and you're going to thread it through the slot. Wrong way around, Melanie. Wow. You're going to put it down through the wider slot. So those little tabs on the side go right through that slot as well. And then you're going to turn your card over and you're going to open up those two little tabs there so that when you fold it over, that butterfly can't go back through that slot. While you've got your card turned over, you're going to take the bottom edge of your tab and you're going to put it through the slit at the bottom. Okay, so then that folds forward, and then this, when you pull it and you push it up, the butterfly folds down, and when you pull it down, the butterfly pops up like that. Look. I love this. I think it's really clever. It just appeals to me because it's so simple, but it's really effective. So if I turn that around and show you, look. And on the back, those two little tabs stop it from moving, but don't glue them down. Okay, don't put glue anywhere that it doesn't tell you in the instructions, because there'll be a reason for it. That mechanism will need to move, okay? Now, it tells you to decorate your card, but there is a back piece, okay? And this is just a square that's half the size of your full card. But I wanted to show you where to put the glue because it's important. So when I did mine, I didn't put any glue along the bottom edge, so where the pull tab is. I just put glue around the outside edges, so the left and the right hand side. There we go. So left hand side up to the top, along the top, and back down the right hand side of the perforation line. Okay, and then we're going to take my piece of card and I'm going to position it onto there, so I have no glue on this bottom edge whatsoever, because otherwise your pull tab won't pull and your mechanism won't work. Okay, so make sure that you press that down nice and firmly, and then turn your card back over and make sure, remember, you push up for it to flip forward and you pull down for it to pop up, like that. Isn't that cool? And that is your butterfly wishes. So all we then did was decorated the front, and there's a sentiment, and what you're going to do is you're going to put the sentiment underneath where the butterfly is when it's shut. Okay, so it covers over that sentiment. So when your recipient then pulls it, you've got the sentiment underneath. And you can go as over the top and as simple as you want with your decoration. I just thought that was a really nice simple pop-up one, and the mechanism I think is really cool. If you wanted to do a birthday cake on this instead of a butterfly, all you would do is create a rectangle in canvas or on your scan and cut. You don't even need canvas. A rectangle, you'd then put another rectangle horizontally for your little tabs, and then you'd put a score line, 2 horizontal score lines in. So you could then weld, you could weld somebody's name on top of it if you wanted to. You know, you could do Mel in welded letters, weld the rectangle underneath, the horizontal rectangle in place, and then put your score lines in. And that's when you really start to get to grips with your scan and cut and really utilise those basic shapes that are inside the machine's memory. But for now, we've done that for you. Just makes me laugh.